Hi there, Sarah Lynn here, Enneagram and Visibility Coach, and today we are looking at a very common mistyping pair, which is the type 6 and the type 9. There are a lot of commonalities, a lot of similarities, and something else that adds to the confusion is that a type 9 and a type 6 are actually connected on the Enneagram with a line. So we got our type 9 connected to the type 6. And what that means for a type 6 is that when they are living their best life, when they are in a really good place, when they feel safe and secure, they're also going to be able to take on some of those really healthy qualities that a type 9 has. And then for a type 9, when they are stressed, after they have tapped out all of their coping strategies, their defense mechanisms as a type 9, they move over and take on some of the coping strategies and defense mechanisms of a type 6. So depending on where you are in your life, what's going on, you may be looking like one type, even though at your core, you are the other type. So here's a couple of things to think about. Ultimately, you're your type based on that core motive. And for a type 6, it's to feel safe and secure. And for a type 9, it's to feel at peace without conflict so that you belong. You're not cut off from your group. One key difference to think about is how you handle conflict, how you handle challenges. For a type 6, they're in what they call a emotional reactivity grouping with our type 4s and our type 8s. When a situation happens that's upsetting, they're going to want to vent about it. They're going to be able to process it pretty quickly, get in touch with how they feel about it, let somebody else know, and they're going to want that person that they're talking to also have those strong feelings, to feel as worked up about that problem as they are. Whereas a type 9 is in a positive outlook group with our type 2s and our type 7s, and more so than having a positive outlook about it, they're just kind of out of touch with the problem at all. So they're going to kind of be thinking, problem? What problem? And they are also going to take a little bit longer to process how they even feel about a situation. So it may take them hours, sometimes even days, to realize, you know what, that actually made me mad, or actually I'm sad about that, which can be really frustrating for somebody who processes things really quickly, right? But just know that, kind of think about how you know when you're upset. Is it immediate? Do you need some time? And then when you do, how do you take on that problem? Another thing to think about is your initial reaction to meeting new people. 6s tend to be a lot more skeptical, and they're kind of approaching it as, I'll trust you when you've earned my trust. Whereas a 9 is going to be the opposite. They're going to be very trusting at first until you give them a reason not to be trusting. Another thing to think about is how you look to kind of know that you're doing okay, how you get your needs met. And a type 6 tends to look outside of themselves along with our 1s and 2s. They're looking at other people to know how good am I doing, at a set of guidelines, a set of rules, an authority figure to kind of check in and be able to know how they're doing. A type 9, on the other hand, tends to withdraw. With our 4s and our 5s, they're going to go within when they feel like, okay, I'm feeling out of control, or I need to, connect. They're going to go within to do that. And tend to withdraw, maybe get quiet. Another thing to look at is how you handle a problem. So let's say, for example, you have a leak in your bathroom. You hear that drip. A type 6 might notice it, and maybe it happens right before they go to bed. So they might lose sleep at night thinking, oh my gosh, there could be a leak, there could be mold, this could be like the tip of an iceberg. I got to get this fixed immediately, and do so. Whereas a type 9 probably isn't going to worry a ton about it. They're just going to, wait for it to become more of a problem. And if it doesn't, then that's fine. That little leak isn't going to be a big deal to them. Another thing to think about is type 9s are very comfortable living in the gray. They can see all kinds of different opinions, and they can understand, I can understand how you could see that. And then I could also understand how this person on the opposite end of the spectrum could also be viewing the world like that. And so they tend to not have super strong opinions one way or the other. A type 6, on the other hand, tends to not, like, uncertainty, right, can be kind of scary. It can kind of feel unsafe. It's like, no, I need to know for certain that this is the way to do it, or this is what this person believes in. I need to know so I can adjust, so I know, right? And so a 6 is going to be very much more uncomfortable in the gray. And so those are a couple things to think about. There's many more things to dive deeper in and to explore, but hopefully that continues to give you some clues, some additional information to help you determine, am I this or am I this? And then also looking at those stress and those growth arrows to kind of help you decide and reflect on, where am I? And then ultimately looking at your core. If this is something that you're still struggling with, still have some confusion around, this is exactly what we do inside Know Your Number typing sessions, where you and I will sit down together and explore some of this in much more detail, and then also look at how to use this information that you're learning about yourself and apply it to the work that you're doing, apply it to your relationships, apply it to life in general. So I'm going to invite you to check out more about a Know Your Number session at